compare Joel McHale now to Joel McHale at the University of Washington in that famous photograph that we'll show in front of the Rose Bowl.
I was way bigger then.
Look at
I
you.
was almost. I'm 205 or 6, 7. It's like I'm always like between 2'5", 210. I was 250 pounds in that picture.
250?
So
no kidding.
I remember getting on the scale naked, as I do, and I was like 246, and I was like, oh my Lord, what's happened to me? And I wasn't nearly as fast as Mark Bruner or Ernie Conwell or pretty much any of the assistant coaches, but still. I was way bigger then. My butt was huge.
So who was
I missed that.
Who was the quarterback for you back in the day at Washington? Who was throwing?
Brunell. And yes, and
wow.
And then you also had your Damon Heward, and you had your Billy Joe Hobart.
Well, then, what a quarterback room that is, Joel.
Right, and Billy Joe used to also punt, and he would punt and throw it, and then you had Napoleon Kaufman on the team, who I think to this day he's by far the fastest person I've ever seen with my own eyes, and I don't know how. I remember him running a 4.22 40-yard dash. Is there anybody in the NFL that fast? I mean, I know there's guys as fast. Is there anyone faster?
Well, I mean, I think that's what John Ross ran at the Combine. Now on the Bengals, I think he ran a 4.22, and that's absurd. So,
yeah,
you saw that.
Napoleon was like 20, and I watched him bench press 400 pounds.
Get out of
and
here!
He was squatting 600. That wasn't even nearly as impressive as Ernie Conwell, who won a ring with the Rams, who now works for the NFL and is the nicest person you'll ever meet. He was 21. He was clean and jerking 365. He was benching 500, and he was squatting 800, and he ran a 4.54 or no 4.44, something crazy. And I was just going like, Ernie, I don't ever want to meet you when you're mad, because he was stronger and faster than Mark Bruner, who was the starter and who became the captain of the Steelers and won a ring. Did he win a ring with Steelers? Yes, he did, I think. Or I was going to say then he went to the Texans. But anyway, those were the days.
When did you realize I'm not cut out for football? I want to try something else and do, I guess, what you're doing now. When did that happen, Joel?
Oh, that happened the first 5 seconds I started playing football. Like I stepped on the.
Come on.
I stepped on that field and I was like, oh, I should definitely not be here. These people are serious. This is I'm going to get killed out here. And they were really, I knew that I should be out of football when the night the team had the most respect for me was on skit night.
What skit?
I killed it.
What skit was it? What'd you do on skit night? What'd you do? You remember?
I made fun of. Well, they said that these seniors were like, little advice: don't make fun of the coaches because for whatever reason they're very sensitive, so don't do it. And so I was like, okay. So I made fun of the team doctor. And and so it was just a series of guys coming in with different injuries, and me, because the team doctor would always kind of look at it and go, "You can still play, though." Like he would kind of accuse them of not like, "How dare you come in here?" He was a nice guy, but then the injuries started getting worse and worse, and then finally a kicker comes in. The big joke: the kicker had a thumb, like a paper cut. And then I flipped out, and I was like, grab the cortisone, take him to the hospital. That was the big joke.
That was the
and
laugh
as you
line.
can see, really bringing down the house there at the Rich Eisen headquarters, the Rich Eisen Plaza. But that was the joke.
Yeah.
And the players, I remember DeMarco Farr was the first time he spoke to me. He was just like, that was really great, man. I was like, you never said that to me on the football field. And he's like, yeah, because you're terrible. And I'm like, thank you, Mr. Farr.
And now he's Joel McHale here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.